In terms of drilling restrictions, about 85% of federally controlled offshore areas is restricted from drilling. Legislation came into play after the Exxon Valdez disaster. That was where a drunken captain ran his tanker into Prince William Sound and made a huge mess. It's estimated, and I want to say estimated, because if drilling is restricted, you're not going to spend a lot of time and money to try to figure out if how much is really there. It's estimated that there's about 19 billion gallons of crude oil in these areas, and some natural gas, which would come in handy come wintertime. I mean, we've all had to face high natural gas prices as well. That's gasoline, that's crude oil that we've just left on the table in favor of buying crude oil from our friends, the Saudis, the Russians, and of course our big friend, Hugo Chavez of Venezuela. There is one area where drilling restrictions might be lifted. That's ANWR, the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. The House of Representatives has actually passed a bill lifting the restrictions, but like so many bills that deal with important policy issues, it's stuck in the Senate. Now, of course, environmentalists are completely aghast that we would drill and build roads in an environmental reserve. It's supposed to be pristine. It's supposed to be kept away from the industrialized world. I'm not. The part of ANWR that we would drill in is actually quite small. It's a very small portion of the total refuge, and it's about 80 miles west of Prudhoe Bay. We've been drilling for oil in Prudhoe Bay for almost 30 years with very little environmental impact. It's estimated, and again estimated, because you're not going to spend a lot of time looking for crude when it's illegal to drill there. It's estimated that there's about 10 billion gallons of crude oil there. Now that compares with 15 billion that we've been able to get out of Prudhoe Bay through the Trans-Alaska Pipeline over the past 30 years. I don't know what that would do in terms of prices, but at full production that would be about 1 million barrels a day, and that was about 2/3 of the production that we lost from the Gulf after Hurricanes Rita and Katrina. It couldn't hurt.